Blog Talk Radio.
Boy, oh boy. It's your boy Long Beach Joe here. And we are coming fresh off of a Jets loss to the Buffalo Bills in an embarrassing fashion. Embarrassing. After coming out hot, starting and giving the Jets faithful hope, after making us feel like we had something going, the offense comes out, looks differently, the play calling looks a lot different than it had. After we started to feel like we had a chance, that we were going to turn things around, not just in this game and in this season. Oh, no. The Jets found a way to just throw it all away. They found a way to lose this football game, and they just lost to a team that did not score one touchdown. Nope. Not one damn touchdown. They just lost to a team that beat them by kicking 6 field goals. 6. And they missed 2 of them. I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. We shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook. Search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I will message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Why? I don't know, because the Jets are trash. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. Let's go ahead and get into the show. I'm fired up. And I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off because you would think that after watching what we watched in the first half, where it seemed like things were going to turn around. They come out, they're running motion. We saw some run plays that we were all excited about. We even saw play action. We even saw that. Daryl Loggins out there calling the game, firing guys up on the sidelines. We got into the end zone early. P. Ryan got himself a touchdown. We had kicked a field goal as well. We were hyped. And then right before the half, Sam throws an interception. The Bills get a field goal off of that. But we're not scared. Then they come out after the half, and they do what all teams do in the NFL. They make adjustments. Bills start bringing the pressure. Guess who doesn't make adjustments? The Jets. Jets made no adjustments. No adjustments. Play calling was trash. Trash in the second half. This looks like the team that just could not get it done. We stalled out and we lost the game. You would think that the way that the Jets played in the first half with the fire, the passion, the motion, the movements, the tosses, the play actions, the up-tempo stuff, that they will be able to continue to carry that into the second half.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
No, hell no. They're definitely not going to get it done. It's ridiculous. This team makes me sick. I'm tired of losing like this. What we just watched was a full-blown second-half collapse. Playing like you're scared. Playing like you're scared. The Bills dial up the pressure. You can't deal with it. So you fold. Everybody needs to be fired. The staff needs to be gone. I'm tired of this. I am tired of losing in this fashion. I am tired of watching my team go down in this way. Losers find a way to lose, and that's what we do. And we weren't necessarily excited about the efforts of the defense. They gave up plays here and there, but they kept that team out of the end zone. They kept the Bills out of the end zone. You cannot put this all on the defense. This is squarely on the shoulders. This is squarely in the laps of the offense. and Adam Gase and Darryl Loggins. There needs to be a change. They need to be fired. You need to clear the staff out of here. I am tired of this. Tired of losing like this. I am disgusted with this team. I am disgusted with this staff. I'm disgusted with our second half effort, particularly offensively. I'm over it. Now I got callers, and I'm going to get to everybody. And I know everyone's frustrated. Do not call in my show cursing. I'll get your ass out of here. Everyone in the chat, I'll be coming to you as well. If this is your first time listening to me, because I'm going to lose it. If this is your first time listening to me, I want to thank you for listening to me. I live stream while I'm live on Blog Talk Radio, so you will hear me talk to the savages in the chat. This team is trash. Now, I got a lot of callers. Please be patient. I'll come to everyone. Oh, man. So tired of losing. 973, I'm coming to you. Let me know what your thoughts are about this Jets loss in the second half collapse.
Hey, Joe. How you doing, man? Whew.
What's going on, my friend? How are you feeling after watching this debacle of a game?
You know what? Look, we've said everything we got to say about Gase, but Sam, man, I'm sorry, dude. You know, the Jets did you wrong. We didn't give you what you needed. You got to go. Sam, your career here with the Jets is done, dude. It's finished. He has to go. You cannot. The last thing he needed to do, absolute last thing he needed to do, was come out, the same stupid mistakes, throws over the middle of the field to 3 white jerseys, just throwing the ball out there like it doesn't mean anything. The sacks that he's taken. Look, I understand that this offense stinks. I understand Gase is an idiot. But, Sam, you're not doing anything to help this team. And the problem I'm having with Sam right now, my biggest gripe with this guy is at the beginning of every game, the best plays, if you had to put a highlight reel of Sam's career, it would all be first quarter drives. And if you had to put a blooper reel, it would all be in the fourth quarter. Dude, you cannot play your worst football at the end of the game, especially a game when it's close. His worst football always comes at the end of the game. His absolute worst. He's got to go. He's got to go. Sam, we're sorry. You know, we screwed up. Maybe you get a job somewhere else. Maybe. Because I don't want to see Sam come back. He doesn't deserve it. He's got to be benched for this. He was terrible. Beyond Gase, he was horrible. F for Sam.
Yeah. Listen, I want to thank you for calling in. And, you know, I hear you. I was frustrated with the way that Sam played today as well. I don't think he should go, though. You know, I think, he just had a rough game, a game that wasn't, necessarily all-inspiring. That interception before the half, that was frustrating. I did not like that throw at all. The other interception got tipped up. I was frustrated with it, but that was tipped at the line. But I thought, especially in the second half, when you looked at the situation, man, the Bills dialed up the pressure. That's when they started to blitz. And so what blew my mind was our lack of adjustment to the pressure that was coming. And that's what I want to ask. Why do you think the Jets continue to lack adjustments in game? What is the problem? Why do you think that we cannot turn it around there? Why do you think we continue to see team after team after team come out and be able to floor us in the second half the way they do when they make their adjustments?
That is the part that is making the Jets look like a Bush League team. This is not a professional football team because there is no explanation. There is no reason that nothing changes in the second half. I mean, if the Jets are playing like this, they would have trouble in the XFL. You're not making it anywhere. If you can't change anything, nothing. And I don't want to hear, we were up 10-6. That's nothing. You only had 10 points in the first half. Joe, I'm not that thrilled about the first half. They should have had more points. 10 points is a letdown, really. So I'm not going to give them, you guys did so great in the half. No, 10 points was still kind of pathetic. But, okay, the defense kind of bailed you out. So 10-6, okay, it's looking good. But guess what? That's not what happened in the second half. That's not what happened. And the defense did what they could, but my God, man, can you get one drive? One. Just one. No, nothing. They can't do anything. This is not a professional football team. It's not a professional football team. It's not how it's being run. This is disgusting. Yeah. Disgusting. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about the penalties? Because often we started to see penalties, particularly, offensively, that costed us as well. There were some defensive penalties that helped continue to extend some Bills drives. What are your thoughts about that and an undisciplined play at times there that hurt us as well?
All I know is the great coaches during practice, they're counting the penalties. I mean, we've seen Parcells when they're showing the clips of him coaching any team, that if they're making penalties, he's on them. Like, he's like, oh, that was holding. Oh, that's another penalty. He's on them at practice. So the players are going to do during the game what you let them do in practice. If you let people hold in practice, if you let people do stupid stuff in practice, offsides, all this junk, guess what? That's what they're going to do in game. And they're not getting better at that. It's the same stupid penalties we've been seeing for over a month now. It's because, we had great practices. Are you kidding me? Have one game without a huge penalty. One. Just try it. They can't get close. And what happens is then the Jets start to get mad. They start to get frustrated. They start making stupid hits. They start making stupid decisions. You cannot do that. The Jets were in this game. In the last 2 minutes, they were in it. They did not deserve to be in this game, but they were in it. Even with as stupid as they were in the game. And just like dead in the water. Joe, if the Jets cannot win this game, they have no hope. Everything that you could ever hope for the Bills to do, that's what happened. You can't ask for any more. I'm sorry. This is the NFL. We cannot make it easier than nothing but field goals. It's not getting easier than that. And now the Chiefs are coming in next week. They're going to drop a 75 burger on this team. Like it's nothing. Le'Veon Bell, he is going to kill this team. He's going to eat us alive. What are you doing? This is the NFL. It's not getting any easier than this. And they got smoked. They're done. They're done. Everybody. It's disgusting.
Yeah. I just, and I say this every week, but this in particular, especially when you're going up against a banged up Bills team. Banged up. And I mean, Joe, there's guys out left and right. Go ahead.
Everything you could ask for. I don't mean to cut you off, Joe, but exactly. Everything you could ask for. Key players out. Josh Allen making some mistakes. The defense getting a couple stops, getting a turnover. Everything you could ask for. The Jets got it. For the love of God, Darnold. Complete one drive. We just need one out of you, buddy. You got 2 quarters. Give us one. Nothing. I'm sorry. It's just like, the defense is not going to part like the Red Sea to let you through because that's the only way the Jets were going to score that second half. At some point, the offense has to do something. It's not going to get any easier than that. The Bills came out flat. The Bills looked like sluggish. They did not give their best game this first half. The door was open as it was going to get. They didn't deserve to be in this game. They were in it. They got the ball. The final drive, the destiny was in the Jets' offense hands. Well, they can't give you anything. They're not winning any games. It's impossible. The only game they're going to win is if somebody forfeits. That's it. If they don't forfeit, the Jets can't do anything, even when it all goes their way. Nothing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah.
Rip them.
Well,
Rip them to shreds.
Yeah. For me,
you gotta get your hits on. Yeah.
For me, it's so ridiculous. Everything that you said, the fact that the Bills came out, they did not look as good, especially not as good as in the second half. The door was open. We had it there. We had things going. Even Mims looked good in the first half. We were all excited We were like, wow, this guy might, you know what I'm saying, come along. Everything was moving. Perine was being utilized effectively. All these things, to shut that all down in the second half. We're not seeing much of Mims at all. We're not seeing any of this, and it was just turnovers and sacks, and, you know, we couldn't keep a drive going. It was just completely ridiculous, man. Completely ridiculous. But I'm going to keep going to these. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, even Gore looked like a younger 30-year-old man out there. So, you know, I mean, come on. Pathetic. All right, Joe, I'm going to let you go, man. I got to cool off.
Yeah, man. You have a good day, man, and thank you for calling in.
Thanks a lot, man.
Man, listen. Again, 515-602-9639. We're going to keep banging these lines, but it is frustrating to watch this team lose the way that they're losing. It's just completely ridiculous. I mean, to come out in the first half and watch the Bills, like you said, be sluggish. There was time we were like, whoa, we're really taking it to them. We're moving the football. We're playing well. And then to not finish a game, you cannot play, 2 quarters and think that you've got yourself a game won. That's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. So I'll move on to the next caller, 848. What are your thoughts about this Jets loss and the second half collapse?
Joe.
Shaq.
It's Shaq.
Oh, my God.
As long as you know my boy.
Bro.
You know my friend.
Bro.
I can't even. Shaq. Go ahead, Joe.
Shaq, I have never seen a team so hell-bent on finding ways to lose. I've just never seen it. I've never seen such incompetence on these levels. There was no excuse for us to lose this game today. This is a banged-up Bills team. Banged up. No Josh Gordon or no Josh Norman. No John Brown. Other guys were dealing with injuries too. We come in getting Sam back. We got Mims. We got Becton back as well. And we found a way to completely fall flat on our asses in the second half and get shut out in the second half. Shaq, how is that possible?
I don't know, Joe. I'm speechless, bro. I'm disgusted because it's like, how do you lose out on a game plan? How you completely ignore the game plan? Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right because you did say it's a difference between good teams and bad teams. Buffalo adjusted. We didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like.
But Shaq, they didn't even score a touchdown. They didn't even score a touchdown, Shaq. Let me say it again for those of you that are listening to me, wherever you're listening to me from. They did not score a touchdown. They beat us kicking nothing but field goals. Hold on, and here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. You get the anyway. Here's the kicker, right? They missed 2 field goals.
No point intended.
They were keeping us in the game. Yeah. They were keeping us in the game. I mean, how do you lose like that?
It's like we were looking good.
Oh my!
We were looking good. You would lose. And play action, running the ball. Denzel Mims getting the ball. Sam looking comfortable. Blocking was good. Then that second half, man, it's like it's terrible. It's terrible. The defense played pretty well today. They played pretty okay, but I'm tired of it. I don't like the bending. I don't like the bending. I appreciate the sturdiness, the somewhat, slowing them down, but we got to get a stop, man. We got to get a stop. Yeah. We got bailed on a touchdown. We got bailed out on a touchdown. They had a touchdown.
2 of them, yep.
Yeah. And it's like, and then I'm thinking, and in my mind, as I'm looking at this offense the second half and how bad it is, all I'm thinking is, it's like, Sam is gone, Joe. Oh, Sam is gone. He's gone. It's sad for me to say. I don't care what anybody tells me. I'm a Sam apologist, and I'm proud to say it. I don't care. I'll tell anybody in a heartbeat. I'm not going to hide from it. I'm a Sam apologist. But he's not playing good, and he's not playing good enough for people that's watching. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
yeah, I hear you.
People look at the play calling and things like that. But Sam has some bad reads. He has some bad reads. And I can see us going backwards in this draft, doing what everybody wants, and then we're going to see Trevor go through the same thing. Now, the only way Trevor won't go through the same thing is if Joe Douglas actually cares this offseason, or because if Adam Gase is here, we're not getting free agents. So that's out of the book. That's out. So everybody that think because we got all this money, we're not getting free agents. That's gone. Nobody's going to want to play here. We're going to overpay for bums like we did George Fant. I don't care if I said his name wrong. He's irrelevant anyway. Like we're going to overpay for guys like that. That's what we're going to overpay for. We're not getting nobody. What player is going to play here? Nobody.
Man.
And then once you get rid of Sam, because he's going to succeed wherever else he is, hopefully, because I hope he proves everybody wrong. And, I don't want to hope Trevor Lawrence do bad, but it's going to be the same thing if we don't build this team. Like, let's be real. We replace Sam and put Trevor here, and we take Adam Gase out, and we keep the same roster. Let's be real. How many games are we winning with this roster? Let's be honest.
Oh, God.
Let's be honest. We take Sam, put Trevor there, take Gase, and put whoever else is there, whoever else you love. Let's be real. Who on this roster is attractive to you, and who on this roster is a threat to anybody? Offensively and defensively. Nobody. People going to be scared to scare?
Yeah.
Bradley McDougall?
But that's the kicker, though, Shaq, and I hear you. And, again, I want to thank you for calling in. That's the kicker, is that we talked about coming into this game how, Gase and his play calling, all these things was affecting us because we had so many issues evaluating offensive talent. We had so many issues. We didn't know who was good, who was bad because they weren't being utilized correctly. They come out in the first half today, and P. Ryan's being utilized. We're like, whoa, this kid is good. Like, we can clearly see he's moving at a different speed. Mims was utilized in the first half. We saw that. And then it's like the second half, we see them pretty much completely go away from Mims. And that's my question for you is, what are your thoughts on Mims' play, and why do you think he didn't get much of anything in the second half?
Honestly, I want to think it was, Buffalo's defense, because Buffalo's no slouch. Let's be honest. They're not no slouch. People wondering why, we don't use the vertical threat, against them, but their defense is built to prevent that. And then on top of that, they have a number one corner. They got Trey White. And then their defense is a very good prevent, zoned out defense. They're very soft in terms of their coverages. They don't want to get beat deep. So I think they adjusted. They put Trey White maybe on Denzel, and he disappeared, And he's a rookie. He's a young guy. So you can't expect most from him. I still felt like we could have still worked them in the game. Buffalo just a good team, man. We can't take it away from them and completely blame, Sam on this and obviously us not adjusting.
They're a good team, Jack. I'm not taking anything away from the Bills. The Bills are not trash, but this was a banged up Bills team coming off of a game, where they took a tough L. And we just looked – this was a Bills team that left the door open for us. They did. The missed field goal, keeping us in the game. Dude, they left the door open for us outside of being hit with the injury bug. And we still could not finish. We still couldn't do it. We still could not find a way to stay offensively competent. We completely tanked in the second half, regressed, played scared, and looked ridiculous. Unreal, man.
Did you see Sam get destroyed during that 2-minute warning? The whole line just got exploded.
I have like, dude, when the Bills turned it up, this offensive line just crumbled. There were guys, that dude, the safety that came and jumped over and grabbed him, it was like, what the hell is going on? This team, bro, this team is just.
Our worst nightmare is coming. It's coming. I'm not even gonna say it's a worst nightmare. It's probably a bad nightmare. It's gonna be a bothersome time. But Sam is gone. Sam is gone. And I said that before the season started. Sam is gone. And look what we're gonna do, Joe. We're gonna go get Trevor, and we're gonna have less picks. We could back up and get a haul and still manage to get good players. But we're the Jets. We don't have any common sense. They don't have any common sense. That's common sense, something to do. That's a common sense. That's something the Jets don't have. That's something that we do not have. Common sense was to get rid of Adam Gase the third week. Hell, even last year, we should have did that. But that's being too smart. That's being too smart for the Jets. We can't expect that from them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I told you this 2 weeks ago. I told you this 3 weeks ago. It wouldn't surprise me. Adam Gase is here, and they're going to use Sam as a scapegoat. And I hope people that wanted Trevor, expecting a perfect offseason this offseason, just like we did the last offseason, just like we did the offseason before that, just like the offseason before that. We want everything to be perfect, but guess what? It's not. It's not. We can have all that $100 million cap nonsense in the bank. We're not going to attract anybody. We're just going to go backwards. We're going to go backwards. We're going to continue to go backwards because we're the New York Jets. And it's like,
man,
no surprise.
Shaq. Man, Shaq. Listen, man, I want to thank you for calling in, man. Thank you. I got to get back to these callers, but, bro, you spit fire in this entire call. Thank you for calling in.
Joe, one thing, man, with a tear in my eye right now, if you want to troll me, I'm going to have my Sam Darnold on. I will be under that tree. You want me?
Man.
This is ridiculous.
Man.
Go ahead, Joe,
you have a good one, Shaq.
Thank you, man.
All right, peace, man. Shaq calling in, bringing the fire. This team is a goddamn mess, man. It's a complete and utter mess. It is a debacle. And I understand why some people are angry at Sam Darnold, and they're saying, yeah, this is the game. This is the game that proves that he needs to be gone. He needs to go. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think he did not play. I don't think he played well. That interception, but for the half, almost blew my stack. I almost lost it. This offensive line, this play calling, the coaching is so goddamn bad. It's so bad. My Lord, man. But I'll tell you what, Mims did look good in the first half. We were so excited about that kid. So excited. And then to watch all of that just be blown away in the second half, the second that Buffalo made an adjustment, mind-blowing. We just got beat by a team that kicked 6 field goals. Or actually, they kicked 8. They only hit 6. They missed 2. I'm going to get back to the calls in a second. 917 and 111. I'll be coming to you when I come back to the calls. I'm going to go to the chat, talk to the Savages. Diana in the chat, salute to you. Says the Bills have talent but are not very good. They have the worst play calling I've seen in a long time. You know the Jets have to be bad to lose that game. Oh, yeah. The Jets are bad. Jets are bad. We just lost to a team that kicked nothing but field goals, and we got shut out in the second half. This is unbelievable. Christopher Cancel in the chat says, this is our destiny, Joe. We can't deny it. Yeah, losers lose. That's what I say. And the Jets are goddamn losers. Just a bunch of damn losers, man. Going back to the callers. Elias, I'm coming to you, man. I want you to give me your thoughts on this Jets loss. How do you feel after watching the Jets get beat by a Bills team that was banged up and hit 6 field goals? Give me your thoughts, man.
Man, where do I start? Where the hell do I start, man? I think the biggest issue was pretty much that the team was invisible in the second half in all aspects. We had a solid first half. And, I remember, all those people, all the Gase apologists. I saw this guy on ESPN, after the first game, they're like, yeah, Gase sucks. No, he went 6-2 down the stretch last year. Dude, remember that game where we had 3 wins in a row? We blew the team out in the first half and did nothing in the second half. Like the Raider game, I remember we did absolutely nothing in the second half, and that's what happened. I want to read you this Connor Hughes tweet real quick. #Jets wide receiver Denzel Mims didn't have a single catch and saw 1 target in the second half. He went 4 and 42 in the first. While Michael Pirine had 1 carry and 0 catches, he had 10 and 39 and 2 and 16 catching in the first. How does this happen? Coaching. No adjustments. That's how it happens. That's exactly how it happens. And I got one question for the Jets. So if Dowell Loggins is doing the play calling, which in the first drive, I was shocked. I saw this motion, I saw P-line. I was getting kind of excited. I saw, Berrios was in motion a bunch. I was like, okay. And then I saw that Loggins was calling the plays, which before, he was kind of just Gase's puppet. Like, if Gase was going to get fired, Loggins is going with him. But now, what the hell does Gase do now if he's not going to be calling the plays? Because he doesn't do anything with the defense. He doesn't do any, player personnel management or whatever. So is he the challenge flag boy now? What's the deal with him?
Man, I'll tell you what, supposedly Loggins is the guy calling the plays. You heard people talking about it, saying it. That's the exact same thing I was saying. Okay, if you got Loggins calling the plays and Loggins is the guy doing it, what the hell is Gase still around for? He should be fired. There's no need to have him here at all. Point blank, period. There's no reason to have him around. But watching this team out on the field, I almost felt like Gase was calling the plays because the second half looked exactly like a Gase-led offense.
It did.
Something that comes out in the first.
100%.
It's something that comes out in the first. They look a certain way. There's some
Scripted
tempo.
plays.
There's guys moving around.
Plays.
And then the second half, when the teams make adjustments, right? He fails to make adjustments, and we're dead in the water. Felt like Adam Gase was still coaching me. I mean, anybody else? Anybody else?
Maybe no. Gase was trying to save his job. He saw that Loggins was being successful in the first half. He's like, hold up, man. No. Dowell, here's the challenge flag. Do your thing. I'm calling the plays now. That's probably what happened.
But I want to get your thoughts on this, Elias. Listen, there's a lot of people, and Shaq just called in. He talked about it as well. I already know it's coming. People are already calling for Sam's head. They're saying it's over. I want to get your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts about Sam Darnold's playing this game, and how do you feel about him going forward?
It was decent in the first half before that interception, but the play calling was so awful in the second half. And I admit I'm kind of a Sam apologist, but for good reason. Look what he has to work with.
Yeah. And
the thing is, what I think it was your first caller said he should be benched for Joe Flacco. We saw 2 games of him. For Mike White, David Bales, James Morgan, nah.
No.
If you want to move on from him, you got to put him in a good situation, get that trade value up.
Yeah. Yeah, I said this before. I don't think that we should be talking about getting rid of Sam. I know there's people that already are ready to do that. They've been ready to do that since, the season started. But Sam has also got to play. Sam's also got to play better. He's got to play better, particularly in the second half too. I know the play calling's bad. I know it's trash. I know. I see it. But he can't make that interception. He just can't throw that ball.
Yeah,
I'd rather have you take a sack than turn the ball over there. right? I'd rather have you take a sack than turn a ball over. I mean, you can't do that. And that goes to my
defender.
Yeah. And I mean, there were some other throws too that were pretty close to being intercepted too, that just, got in the dirt or stuff like that. But it was like, man, that second half was so tough to watch offensively. And another thing that I think started to break down as well too, and that's when Sam's play started to break down a bit as well, is the offensive line. What were your thoughts about the press? Once they sent pressure, everything fell apart, right, Elias?
Yeah, dude, I remember, what was it, like a 2-minute drill in the fourth quarter? There was just one play where it looked like all 11 defenders just were in the backfield.
Yeah.
Like, it was nuts. Like, dude, Andrews was getting a million penalties. You cut Jonathan Harrison for some reason, which he's not great or anything, but he's on the Bills now, I'm pretty sure. But he would have done a lot better than that. Maybe, like, Cam Clark, man, if he's healthy, I'm down to play him and see what he's got. That's what made me happy about the first half. You had some young, maybe building blocks play well, but also a play. Back to the play calling, a play that really I don't think is going to get talked about too much. This is what drives me insane about Gase and logins. It's like, they love Frank Gore so much, but they don't use him for the one role he's really good at. So it's second and something, pass to Mims, or it's third and something, pass to Mims. He doesn't get the first down. He's 1 yard away. So it's 4th and 1, and I agree they should have gone for it. That's the time to use Frank Gore. That's the time for a QB sneak, something like that. Like, that's the time for a rollout. That's not a time for Pirine. Like, Frank Gore would be perfect for that. Just fall forward. Like I'm playing Madden on my phone, and I'm using the Jets team, which I can't win anything with. But like on 4th and 1, I'll just call fullback dive, which I have Frank Gore as my fullback, and boom, he gets it. Like, it doesn't make sense, man. Like,
well, here's the thing: is that to do stuff like that, you have to understand game tempo and stuff. They don't understand that. They don't understand game flow, tempo, nothing. That's why we die in the second half every single week. If we're in the game. You know what I mean? Like,
I just can't believe we lost to a team that didn't score a touchdown, and their field goal kicker was 6 of 8. After that first field goal was so ugly, I got my Bills friends texting me like, oh my God, he needs to be cut. This guy's terrible. And like, yeah, he's missed some big kicks, but he carried your team today. Like, Josh Allen wasn't bad. They just weren't great in the red zone, but like, this defense too is like, they're so slow. They're horrible at like the intermediate pass game. Like, Cole Beasley was looking like Jerry Rice out there, man. Like, sucks, man.
Dude, it was so mind-boggling. And, we can talk about the offense all day, but you started to touch on it. I want to go to the defense. To me, it was some of the penalties that I saw from the defense that really just blew my mind, because they were extending the Bills' drives. What were your thoughts about the penalties that we got today, man?
On both sides of the ball, it seemed like there was a penalty every other play, or a penalty every time something good happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like Quinnen Williams, that roughing the passer I didn't think was too egregious, but he's really got to clean that up, especially if you want to trade him for maybe a late first-round pick. Like, it's good to see him getting to the quarterback. He did make that sweet play that we got the ball back before the 2-minute warning, I think, and we had a chance. Well, didn't really have a chance because it's second half Jets offense, but you know what I mean. But the penalties were awful. Basham had that big fumble, and Franklin Myers picked it up. Wes Austin played well. Who else? McDougal's awful. Cut him right now.
Man.
Davis was like, I'm not really expecting to, like, he's like okay, I guess. Hasn't been anything great. Ashton Davis. Just like, the defense sucks because it's a bunch of guys who aren't going to be here. Jordan Jenkins was invisible. Henry Anderson made like his first play of the year. It's just like, this defense will and should be completely different next year. But also, we need to allocate our resources to the offense. So,
absolutely,
the defense is still going to suck next year. Like, dude, this draft class, we should do what the opposite of what the Panthers did. I don't want to get too much in the offseason, but they took all defensive players. I'm cool with going all offense, man. I'd be cool with doing that last year. Like you've talked about, we rebuilt, but we haven't properly rebuilt well. Yeah, that's what happens when you take 2 safeties with your first 2 picks, or 5 interior linemen, or O-line no earlier than the 3rd round, or Bryce Petty and Christian Hackenberg. Like, man, I swear, man. If Loggins can lead the tank, then Gase needs to be fired, because I just need to know that he's going to be gone. Like, I'm cool with winning a few games as long as Gase is fired at this point and we can get a real head coach in here. Like, hopefully Joe Douglas still has his reputation of being the awesome, like, dude from Philly and Baltimore that a coach would want to come work for him. But, this game was awful. And this is the one game I would want to win, because, like, I'd be pulling up to school with all my Jet stuff on, like, how about that, Bills fans? Because I'm surrounded by nothing but Bills fans. I'm like, you just lost to the worst team in the league. But that didn't happen. But hey, I guess we'll be thankful for this loss when the off season comes along.
Well, we'll see, man. I want to thank you for calling in, Elias. I'm gonna keep going to these phone lines, man. Thank you again for calling in. Next time, I have a show, I'd love to hear from you, man. You have a good one.
Of course, man. Have a good one.
Peace.
Cheers.
Man, what a call. Elias calls in with fire every single time. I mean, you can't help but be discouraged. As a Jets fan, you just cannot help but just feel sick when you watch this team just completely just throw away a game the way we did. And we got a ton of breaks. We did. Those 2 calls, first off, the Bills came out. They were kind of sleepwalking at first. We got up early, right? We looked extremely good. They missed field goals. We got calls as well. That first touchdown with Davis, he was wide open. It wasn't even close. They called that back on a penalty. Then the other touchdown that Beasley, that they called that back on a penalty too. We got big-time breaks in this game. We got lucky. They did not score a touchdown the entire game. Field goals and beat us. What else can you say? Before I come back to the calls, 111, I'll be coming to you. I'm going to go to the chat really quickly, talk to the Savages. This team is horrific. Nelson in the chat, salute to you, Nelson. Nelson says, I'm sorry, we will never win a Super Bowl with this sorry-ass franchise, with the horrible Johnsons at the helm, and it starts with them. Yeah, you got a point. I mean, when you watch this team do the things that they're doing, collapsing in the second half, not utilizing personnel correctly, Mims not getting the catches in the second, Pirine not getting – that goes directly to coaching. The offensive line breaks down. There's no adjustments in the second half of play calling for the Bills to dialing up their pressure. Dude, this team is in a bad place. I'm going to go back to the callers. Coming directly to you, caller 111. I want to hear your thoughts about this Jets team and this debacle of a loss to the Bills, kicking nothing but field goals. What are your thoughts about this Jets team right now? Caller, you're on. What's your thoughts about this Jets team right now?
Hello?
Even he's frustrated. Yeah, hello? We can hear you.
Oh, this is Val Aloha.
Oh, what's going on, Val? How's everything going, bro?
Hey, everything is good. I didn't know that you was talking to me. I was sitting there listening and watching the game. But yeah, man, this game was absolutely terrible, man. That's why I was telling you in the chat. I was like, let me not get ahead of myself, because I already know how this team is. We will come out really, aggressive in the beginning and have a whole bunch of energy, but we have to have that in the second half, and we did not get that at all. So I was just like, man. And this is the thing about Sam Darnold, man. I mean, I was never really sold on him to be he has to prove. See, that's the thing about it. You have to prove to me that you're going to be the franchise player of this team, and which is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, like, he's a good passer, don't get me wrong, but sometimes his decision-making would affect him in the long run in something, and then he would like throw an interception here and there. That's always been the con. That was like one of his, I guess, his draft. When we was drafting him, that was one of his cons, was like turnovers and stuff. So that's why I wasn't really too big on him. But I was just hoping he could grow, which, we don't have the coach to actually develop him to, take that next step. I really wanted Lamar Jackson in that draft, but, that's hearsay. Who knows if he would have been good with his team either way. But it's not all on Sam Darnold. Like, I'm not like, it's really not all on Sam Darnold. The offensive line was not blocking, especially on our right side. They was through that offensive line as well, too. We got Mims involved in the beginning. Mims really stepped up because the defensive coach for the Bills, they didn't really know who Mims was, so I guess they made the adjustment in the second half to double team him, and so they was just giving him different looks. So it was just nobody that they was trying to basically like for the Jets, we didn't have that second player to actually step up for, somebody that is getting double teamed. So it was just all bad, man. I mean, you know how this team is. And you were saying, like, why did Adam Gase not get fired? I guess it's because of the Johnson's ego not to fire a coach mid-season, as they always do. So they're going to wait until towards the end. And I guess they gave the play calling to they made that adjustment to Loggins. I guess that's his name.
But here's my and I hear you, Val, and you're spitting a lot of fire right now. We're definitely going to go over a couple of things, man. But listen, I hear what you're saying. But when you watch, if he's going to give up offensive play calling, he was literally brought in here to be the offensive guru. We clearly see that was a fraud move. I warned everybody that was fraud. He's not an offensive guru, right? So if you're going to give up the play calling, right, then what are you doing? What do you do? Because you don't know a damn thing about defense. You don't know nothing
at all.
So if you don't coach defense, you don't really do anything with the offense. You're not the guy calling plays. That means somebody else can call plays outside of you. Why are you still here? And then when we watch these games, to me, I know Darryl Loggins had the play calling duty, but didn't this look just like an Adam Gase game to you? Didn't it look just like an Adam Gase game to you, Val?
I would say it was, but I didn't see too many bubble screens, so that's why I was like, wait a minute, there's something different about this. So I was like, wait, something is going on. Because then I started watching it, and then it was saying, like, Adam Gase took aside, he gave Loggins the, play call, and I was like, okay, so now I see a little different. So that's why, you started seeing the energy and stuff like that. So I was just like, okay. But you know what I'm saying? It's terrible. And then it seemed like he took over in the second half because it was just like the same thing. It was just dead. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I definitely get where you're coming from when it comes to that. So, man, it's crazy. And going back on, like, the second, I don't know which caller it was, but he was saying, like, you're not going to wait on, free agency or anything like that. Yeah, man, you have to make yourself a destination for free agents to come here, to get free agents to come to the Jets. I mean, how many people passed on us? And we're not going to see C.J. Mosley get traded because nobody's taking that big contract. And plus, they don't even know if C.J. Mosley is the same C.J. Mosley. You know what I'm saying? Because he had a significant injury. So it's just like we got to deal with the cards that we got to deal with, which I'm halfway agree with you. If we do get that first, I would say that first pick in the draft, I would say probably take him, Trevor, or probably trade that pick because you will get a lot of assets. But at the same time, is Sam Darnold going to stay with the New York Jets? That's another question. Is he going to waste his career? I mean, I'm not going to say waste his career, but is he going to depend on the Jets to make his career rise? You know what I'm saying? Just like how Adams, he made. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think he, at this point, I don't think he, kind of has a choice. If he's going to be here, if we pick up that fifth year option, he's going to be here, and we have to see, like, if he's going to be a guy that's going to be here, but we have to surround him with talent too, though, Val. And I understand people are upset with Sam. I'm upset with Sam, and we're going to talk about him in just a second. I'm upset with Sam too. I didn't necessarily like the way that he played today. I thought that interception before the half was atrocious. But you look at the second half, dude, things just completely broke down. You broke it down, too. That right side was just giving it up. I mean, there was guys coming around. There was a
through that right side. It was
coming through that right side. It was like nobody could block anybody. It was like, what the hell is going on out here? But the problem is though, Val, when you don't have the talent, and we knew that because we haven't protected him since he's been here. We know that we also don't have the offensive weapons. At least we're excited about Mims. He showed a little bit, but hell, we don't know if he can do that for a full game because we didn't give him enough catches or targets in this game to see if he has enough. So, and we also know that he's not being coached properly either. All right, Daryl Loggins, Adam Gase not qualified, and before Daryl Loggins and Adam Gase, it was Todd Bowles and his complete nonsense. I almost cursed. His complete nonsense going on here. I mean, I'm that pissed off. Like, I'm that upset. You know what I'm saying? I tell people don't curse on my show. Nobody better curse on my show.
Man. I'm with you on that, man. It's just like
that's why it's tough.
Go ahead.
Val, it's tough for me. I'm sorry, Val, but it's tough for me to put that nail in the coffin. Yeah, it's tough for me to put that nail in Sam's coffin when we have not seen him with anything. I understand that he did not play particularly well in this game, but there's other games where he played phenomenally in this season.
Exactly.
This season, and we still lost. I thought he played well against the Broncos. We still lost. He was playing check down Charlie against the Niners. We still lost. It was like, I'm pissed off now.
And then again, and this is what I'm saying. Like, in the last stream, I forgot to respond to your question. It's probably going to be that Ryan Tannehill situation. What happens if Sam Darnold goes to the Cowboys? What's going to happen? Sam Darnold's going to have his career is going to be uprise. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, I don't know, man. It's just like we have to build around him. We have to get some talent in here, and I don't know if we have the time to do that and stuff. And I hope we could find the right coach for Sam Darnold. And I really hope this is very important for us to get a head coach that knows exactly what he's doing. And I'm definitely like, trying my best to, to stay in tune to the games and stuff. Today was a little bit more of a fight and stuff, but we gotta come harder. And another thing, Greg Williams. I was saying Greg Williams was a good good defensive coach. He is, man. And look at the things that he's dealt with. Look with the pieces that he's dealt with, and he tries his best to put us in position to actually get the ball back to the offense. Yeah. But every time they get back to the offense, they're already punting the ball or they're not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Greg Williams, if he had a good defensive pieces and stuff around him, I think we will be very efficient. I definitely believe that.
The defense definitely was bend but don't break, right? They did give up some plays that were pretty big, but guess what?
Yeah,
the Bills did not
big.
score today.
Yep.
Yeah, but the Bills did not
score. They came
score.
out luggage today.
They did not score a touchdown.
We were supposed to take advantage. Yeah, we were
exactly.
definitely supposed to take advantage.
They did not score a touchdown. So you cannot blame the defense today because, yes, they did give up some yards, but the Bills did not score a touchdown. They literally kicked they kicked 8, but they only hit 6. They only hit 6 field goals. You cannot blame the defense for this one. That's why it's like
and missed 2 field goals at that too.
Exactly. And the defense could have played better, but come on now. They don't get in the end zone and you still lose? That's squarely on the shoulders of the offense. Listen, Val, I want to thank you for calling in, man. I got to get back to these callers, bro. It was good to hear from you.
Okay.
Please keep calling in, man. I love hearing from you every single week.
Oh, and one more thing. We got Le'Veon Bell next week. He's gonna have some vengeance for us. That's all I'm gonna say. And I appreciate you, man, and definitely keep doing your thing. And everybody hit the like button, subscribe to this man, and keep doing your thing, Joe.
All right, thank you so much, Val. You have a good day, man.
All right, man.
Oh, man. All right. Man, Val calling in. Listen, lines are still open, 515-602-9639. Call in and let me know what your thoughts are about this Jets loss. It's frustrating, man. It's frustrating to watch a team lose like this. Completely lose. And the Bills never scored a touchdown. So many things breaking our way, calls that took points off the board for them. them coming out sleepwalking, kind of lethargic early. We were able to get up early. The good mojo's flowing. Everything's good. And then the Jets just lay it straight down in the second half and get put away, get shut out. Man, I'm telling you, you cannot put this on the Jets defense. You can't. You can't do it. This is squarely on the shoulders. This is squarely in the laps of the offense. And people, look, Perryman took a big shot as well. He took a big shot on the sidelines. Took a big shot. Bills defense turned up in the second half. I'm gonna get back to the callers when I come back. When I come back to the callers, 201, I'll be talking to you, followed by 347. I'm gonna go to the chat really quickly, talk to the Savages, because they're getting savage in there. NY Patriot, yo, salute to you, NY Patriot. NY Patriot says the O-line stunk. Don't blame Darnold. NY Patriot also says Gaze was a mascot. Listen, the O-line was real bad, especially in the second half. Good God. I mean, it was pressure. It was guys coming out of nowhere, guys getting beat, guys jumping over people to bring Darnold down. It was insane, man. It was just completely insane. I'm going to get back to these callers. 201, I'm coming to you. Let me know what your thoughts are about this Jets loss to the Bills and the fact that the Bills beat us without even scoring a touchdown. All they did was kick field goals. What are your thoughts about that, caller?
Frustrating. Absolutely frustrating. This team is garbage. The coaching does not know what they're doing once the half comes and these coaches are getting on them. They don't know what to do. I'm frustrated. I was heated. I was happy. I was jumping out the chair the first quarter, second quarter. I don't know what happened. This is terrible.
Yeah.
And the line looks
first
atrocious.
Yeah. Listen, first off, I want to thank you for calling in. You're speaking facts. I look at this situation like you said. The first half, they come out. First quarter, things are looking like, hey, things are looking up. Got things moving. Just offense looks good. The Bills are kind of sleepwalking, and then the turnover happens in the second half, or right before the half, right? Darnold throws an interception. They kick a field goal off of that. Then they come out in the second half and just completely flat. I want to get your thoughts on this play calling in the second half, though, and the lack of adjustments. What are your thoughts about that?
Honestly, I think the play calling is off. It's going off Darnold. I don't think that they have enough confidence in Darnold. After he threw that pick, it was over from there because the momentum shifted. I think Darnold needs time. Like he needs coach. Like right now he's not a great fit for New York. And I'm not saying that he's not a qualified quarterback. It's just that he needs time, and we don't got that. We don't got that much time right now. We've been going backwards. We need a quarterback to come in here and have just a little bit of teaching. But Darnold needs some time because even though the line is atrocious, he hesitates and he hesitates way too much. There's wide receivers open. He's hesitating. He's taking sacks. I understand that the line was terrible, but he got to stop holding the ball. He's killing us. He's killing us. And then the decision making is just. Go ahead.
Yeah, so and it is intriguing what you're saying because you're saying, hey, we need a quarterback that's going to come in here and already kind of be taught. So how are you moving? If you're deciding to get rid of Darnold at this point, we'll come back into the game. We're definitely going to talk about some other aspects of the game too. But then where are you going? Are you drafting Trevor Lawrence because he's a player coming out of college? He's still going to need to be taught more as well, right?
Well, that's the thing, but then it comes down to the money aspect. The only reason we're in a bang situation because at the end of the day they want to trade Darnold right now for picks, but you can't trade Darnold because you don't know if you're going to get that first round pick and you don't even know if Trevor Lawrence is coming. So now they're obviously, and it comes down to Joe. Joe wants his own players in here. You see his rookies are starting to come into play. I honestly believe they just got to be more consistent. We just don't have the right coach, and I honestly think our rookies are. I honestly,
Mims didn't get anything in the second half, and Perine wasn't utilized correctly in the second half either.
Exactly. And Perine, he looks pretty good. He just needs a little bit more burst to him. But honestly, I think some of these rookies are looking better than previous, and I think we should keep Quinnen. Quinnen is doing a pretty good job. He's getting better day by day, game by game. I honestly think he's getting pretty good.
Yeah. Look, I hear you. And I know people are talking about it's a money crunch as well with Darnold. I mean, I look at the situation like I understand people are frustrated with Darnold's play. I am, kind of frustrated with the way that he looked. But let me tell you something. If you finally surround this kid with weapons and give him a damn O-line that can block, I think we'll see a much better product out there. And especially if you get him a better coach. I think those are big problems. And I understand that people want Trevor Lawrence, but if we're talking about, and you said this on yourself, if you're talking about, hey, we don't have enough time to go with a kid that needs to be taught, we need to, find our way and move forward and get better. I think the quicker way to do that, if you really want to get good quick, would be to trade that first pick and get a bunch of talent in here. That's how you get better faster. Because the haul that you would get for Trevor Lawrence would definitely make your team better. It allow you to get more players in here.
The real problem is that I feel like a lot of people are not discussing is that players are going to eventually, you be around different players and stuff like that. Eventually you're going to start thinking, is Sam Darnold the one, just like we're just talking about it. Honestly, things get talked around the league and, like you're going to get a bunch of draft picks. But honestly, I just think the Jets just need an ultimate change. Like they need a new coach, a new quarterback, a new team. Like all these different coaches coming in to try to fix Darnold is just ruining him because he has to go into a new system, a new learning experience, new wide receivers. Everybody just needs to start fresh. Joe just needs to get a good coach in here and just start from there and then build from that because that's the only way to do it because with all these coaches coming in here, has it really made a difference for Darnold? And I understand everybody's like, we need weapons for Darnold, but, Joe Burrow is out here throwing for 400 yards passing with barely anybody.
Yeah, but he's got weapons.
He's
got weapons.
Who? Besides Higgins, who else? Who?
He's got Joe Mixon. He's got Joe Mixon. No, he's got Joe Mixon. They've got weapons with the Bengals. They're not the greatest. Don't get it confused. Especially that offensive line. That offensive line still needs some work. But I think one thing that you're not talking about when we talk about Joe Burrow and how great he's been, his coaching is phenomenal. That's the thing.
Exactly.
It is. They're putting him in a position. And in a scheme to be successful because that scheme is built around his skill set. Joe Burrow looks amazing. I'm not taking anything away from that kid. He looks good. I've watched him. He looks really good. But he's also being put in a position to succeed. This scheme does not fit Darnold. This is the first time today where we collectively, as a fan base, were so impressed with the calls in the first half play call-wise. We were shocked. They were coming out and running play action, the way that they were running the ball, the way they were setting up the passing. We were shocked because the play calling has been so horrific all year.
Because I feel like teams don't anticipate the Jets really doing anything with play calling. So whenever they do something dramatically different, it's like, oh, wow, they could throw the ball. Wow, they actually ran a toss play. Wow, they actually used P-line with a toss play. And then as time went on, they're like, oh, this is all they're going to run? How many times are you going to do the same package with a three wide receiver set on the same side? And then you come into the second, still running the same damn plays. Eventually, we're going to understand that, what else do you got to play? And then it's just terrible, honestly. I just feel like the coaching, like you said, Joe Burrow does have a great coaching staff, but we just need a whole new regime. Honestly, we just need to start all fresh because it's just too much bad blood going around in that arena. Stadium.
Yeah,
it's just too much. Like, it's never going to fix anything.
Yeah, my final question for you, man, is what are your thoughts about these penalties that we get every single week that are extending? Defensively, we'll get them and they'll extend the opponent's drives, but we also have some penalties offensively as well that really hurt us too. What are your thoughts about this stuff, man? When do you think that this gets rectified?
Honestly, I feel like the penalties do kill us, but we have no momentum going on. We got to score touchdowns. Yeah, we got the penalties, but look, the Bills beat us with field goals. Let me say that again. Field goals. The dude missed two field goals, and they still beat us. They still beat us, and they had penalties on top of that. How do we lose to field goals? Field goals. We lost to field goals. You can't even play anybody in Madden and lose to field goals. This is terrible. And then on top of that, why are we running the ball in 2 minutes? 2 minutes, we're running the ball. Why are we not throwing the ball? We got the ball back right before the 2-minute warning. Why are we not throwing the ball? We're running the ball. What was it? It was like 10-3. We got the ball back. Oh my God. It's just terrible. Terrible. And now Gase is saying this is a week-to-week thing with this play calling. This is atrocious. This is garbage. This is hot garbage. They just need to go. This is terrible. And now we got the Chiefs, and you know Le'Veon Bell is about to run on us. And forget about it. When the Patriots come, oh, my God, Sam Darnold's going to get trashed. He's going to look like a ghost again. This is terrible. I don't know. And as soon as they start blitzing, that's the biggest problem. Teams know what to do with Sam Darnold. When they start blitzing, Sam Darnold has a hard time reading his reads. That's the biggest issue. He can never get the ball out quick enough. When it comes down to reads, he can't get the ball out quick enough. That's the problem. And they caught on to these screens. They caught on to this. We were even caught off guard. Today I was caught off guard with all these plays. Usually I know the plays right there and then. I know it's going to be a run on first down. I know it's going to be a run on second down. Oh, wow, here comes an out route on the third down. Oh, damn, we didn't get now it's fourth down. What are we going to do? Today was, wow, they caught me off guard, and now it was like, all right, well, we know what they're going to do now. So next week is going to be the same thing. Come on, a toss to P-Ron. Yeah, we know that. It's going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same thing, and the same story is going to be now we're looking for draft picks. It's like you're going to trade the whole team away to do what? Now you're going to get away. You're going to try to get Quinnen out of here. Like Quinnen's pretty good. Like it's just like you're going to keep degrading this team. It's just terrible. You can't just keep getting picks after picks to give away. You're not doing anything to help that situation. You got to give away the garbage. Just give away the garbage. Everybody that's garbage, just get them out of here. That's it. People that it's just I don't know. I'm just I can't watch another game. This is hot garbage. This is terrible. I can't.
Yeah.
Gase needs to go, man. It's time for Gase to go. He needs to go to the Pee-wees. Like it's this is terrible. Gase just needs to go. And then he's over here walking around with a challenge flag. Like, oh my God, this is just terrible. I don't know.
Dude, it's frustrating. Can you state your name again, man? I want to thank you for calling in, man.
Sean from Jersey.
Yeah. Strong, thank you, man, for calling in. It was a phenomenal call. Please call in the next time I do a show. I love talking to you, man.
Yes, I love listening to you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
All right, you have a good one, man. Peace.
You too.
Man, Sean calling in, man. Listen. Everything he said, I understand it. This team is so frustrating to watch. So frustrating. And you know what pisses me off even more is the fact that the Jets came in with a Bills team that was banged up in their secondary, and we didn't take deep shots. We just didn't. We didn't do what it took. We didn't let the Bills know, listen, we're going to fire. If you keep sending blitzes, we'll pick them up and we'll fire. And now this game single-handedly has people questioning if the Jets can move forward with Sam Darnold. You got fans going off, talking about it left and right. I mean, coaching, and we see it every single week. Coaching in this league is extremely important. Extremely important. We see it every week here. We watch the Patriots win games, dominate our division, win playoff games, win Super Bowls because their coaching was so superior to everyone else's. We've seen it. We saw Ryan Tannehill look like a complete bust when he was in Miami being coached by Gase. And then he went somewhere else. With superior coaching to what he had. And now he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Coaching matters, people. It matters a lot. I'm not ready to give up on Sam Darnold. I think we need weapons. I think we need protection. And I think we need better coaching. But he cannot do some of the things that he did today going forward. He can't do that. That interception before the half, he can't do that. You can't do that against better teams. But then to watch this play calling, to watch us collapse in the second half after getting every break, the penalties that brought their points back, them not being able to get into the end zone, to still lose like this. It's disheartening. It's disgusting. And as a Jets fan, it makes you sick. We got beat by a team that kicked 6 field goals. They hit 6 field goals. They kicked 8. They only hit 6. The Jets are a goddamn joke. A damn joke, man. Left to right, just a joke. An absolute joke. So now I'm going to close the show, folks. I want to thank everyone for listening. Listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. I'm also on Twitter as well at YoungJ000. That's YoungJ000. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back. You want to troll me, no issues. I will troll you right back, and I'll have my Darnold jersey on. I don't know what the hell he'd be doing out there sometimes. The protection is trash. No weapons. The coaching is garbage. But I'll have my Darnold jersey on. I still have faith in them. I still want them around. This was a tough game. So I'll still have my Darnold jersey on. You can also follow the show's Twitter at The Long Beach Joe. Go ahead and give that a follow. Go back and forth on there as well. We talk Jets. We can talk about whatever. I'm also on YouTube as well at Long Beach Joe Jets. Long Beach Joe Jets. Go ahead and subscribe to my content. Leave me some comments over there as well. You want to troll me on there as well? No issues. I'll troll you right back on YouTube too. And there's always people, when you see me in person, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone. Free hugs for everybody. The Jets are trash, and they're an embarrassment of a football team. But the hugs are still free. They've got to be, man. We're in a tough time right now. In a really tough time. So I want to thank you folks for listening. You folks have a good one.